my name is Kimberlee and I'm from the Unforgotten ones. I'm just going to take a little bit of time and share my story around why this vision is really important to me to help people who've gone through pregnancy losses. Now, one of the biggest things for me is that this subject is so very much taboo, and I look back to in my own family and I look at my dad, and my dad's mother had 4 miscarriages and then had one child that died after 3 days, and then had a child that died after 4 years of leukemia. And then he came into that world where there's just 100% grief and there's no support, and it's just this insane bumble of trying to be a parent and trying not to make your child die, essentially. That's kind of the reality of what was happening. And I know that conversation was continuous in his upbringing. And there's nothing that anyone could do, but no one was really even talking about it as well. In his community, with his friends, no one could really say anything. They just kind of let it go and said, oh, they're just going to deal with it within their family. The family has problems. So one of the things that has really bothered me is that it's been 70 years. This stuff happened in like 1930s and 1940s. All these pregnancy losses happened, and back then there was no support. And now we look at now, and the support system is barely there. I look at pro-life, I look at pro-choice, and honestly, I was on one of those. I was on those sides, going, okay, what are we going to do for these people? And it turns out the amount of support that's actually created after a pregnancy loss is minimal. There's barely anything out there. There may be a controversy about if it's a baby or not, and then there's nothing. If you decided that you're going to abort a child, there's no support for you. There's good job. Not good job, sorry, but there's a understanding like you made a choice and it's your right. But really, there's some stuff that happens afterwards. There's all this stuff that comes up, no matter you're on a path to be a mother, and then that was stopped in all these situations. And to me, that really affects the world we live in. Since I've actually come to this conclusion that I want to help people who've gone through pregnancy losses, I've talked about it to so many of my friends, so many of my relatives, and they also share that they've also been through pregnancy losses. Like, it's something that people don't share with me unless I bring it up first. And I honestly want there to be a dialogue in our society. I want there to be this amazing contribution that we can have to these people who've gone through pregnancy losses. The reality of it is that 1 in 4 pregnancies end in abortion, and 1 in 5 end in a miscarriage. If you add those up, that's 45% of all pregnant women end in a loss. And we're looking at this going, I don't know what your reaction is at home right now, but to me, that's crazy that we can't talk about that. I can't even allow the next generation to feel and experience all this loss and not do something so we can create a safe space for them to speak about it. It doesn't even make sense. So I'm just really, it's so prominent in our society that we need to do something about it. We need to create that safe space. We need to make it so that people can be heard and understood in how it affects them. In our channel, we explore how siblings are affected, how parents are affected, how workplaces are affected. And it's really bringing it home to you to understand that there's a huge need here. There's a need for healing facilitators. There's a need for doctors and nurses to get more training around this specific issue. There's a huge call out for just even being in the space just to learn some of these tools and create new tools so that we can talk about pregnancy losses in the workplace or in our community. So that's kind of my heart on the whole subject, and I just wanted to share that this is where my passion's coming from in this vision. It does affect my family, it does affect my friends, it does affect everybody I know. There's nobody left behind in this vision. And I'd like to invite you guys to start supporting these people and call that out to you guys and see what we can create together, because that's what we're all in it here. We're all in it together. So thank you so much for watching The Unforgotten Ones. and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.